Well, mental health is Europe's silent pandemic. We live in a world which produces many stress factors, the pandemic, the wars, economic, energy uncertainty. But also mental health has an impact on society, with 1 in every 6 Europeans having problems of that kind. So all this compelled us to come forward with the first ever European strategy for a comprehensive mental health policy. And we're very proud to have done that. This new strategy is holistic. It addresses all aspects that matter: prevention, help, and reintegration into the economy and society.
The comprehensive approach to mental health is one of the pillars of the European Health Union. And what we are saying to all citizens, knowing that so many of them face challenges nowadays, is that it's okay not to be okay. It has been too long that there has been stigma and discrimination about mental health in our everyday lives, about mental health in the workplace.
Workers and their trade unions throughout Europe are calling for a directive on psychosocial risks, because we know quality jobs are good for us, but bad jobs are killing us. So what we need to make sure is that we have a directive that ensures that every employer, everywhere, no matter what sector, no matter what part of Europe, takes psychosocial risks seriously and puts in place measures to prevent any harm, including psychosocial harm, to workers. Every part of the job can affect and can contain psychosocial risks. But we also know that change is possible. We know that you can negotiate change, you can sit down together with the employers and identify a safe way for everybody at work. So in the same way, the same skills we used to ensure physical safety, we know that talking about the risks, identifying them, putting in place measures to counteract and get rid of those risks, that the same approach needs to be used for psychosocial risks.
Wat we beter kunnen doen op Europees niveau, zeker op het niveau van de sociale dialoog, om het thema van mentale gezondheid hoger op de agenda te krijgen, is denk ik in de eerste plaats meer vertrouwen bouwen tussen werkgevers en werknemers. En het tweede, denk ik, moeten we het erover eens zijn dat we gezamenlijk moeten streven naar organisaties, naar werkgevers, waar werknemers hun beste werk kunnen doen. Dat betekent dat werkgevers moeten zorgen dat de condities er zijn, dat de omstandigheden er zijn voor die werknemers om hun beste werk te leveren. Dus al die dingen in balans brengen, werksituatie en de situatie van de individuele werknemer binnen een bepaalde werkorganisatie. Dat is de sleutel tot succes. Gemakkelijk gezegd, maar helaas niet zo eenvoudig gedaan.
Maybe the first result is that the cost attributable to psychosocial work exposures are high in Europe. So when we look at these different cost components, we can see that workers and employers bear the largest part of these costs. We studied 5 different psychosocial work exposures. Job strain, which is a combination of high psychological demands and low decision latitude, low autonomy at work. Effort-reward imbalance, and the imbalance between high effort and low reward. Job insecurity, the fear to lose one's job in the next 6 months. And also long working hours with a threshold of 55 hours a week, and also workplace bullying and harassment. So we have 5 different factors. And these factors are preventable. We know what measures could be implemented to lower or to eliminate maybe the exposure to these factors in the workplace. So these costs could be avoided by preventive measures.
So my latest research was actually also referring to the COVID crisis and the crisis that will follow. Actually, how important it is to keep this balance between the crisis-related demands or work demands and the crisis-related resources. So you really need to preserve the balance and to have it already before the crisis arises, because otherwise it will be even more difficult to restore it. And also, some organizations are not actually eager to have a person-centered culture. And this is what we need. Now we found out during COVID that the frontline employee is the one who can make the company keep producing or can deteriorate the organizational performance. This ultimate operator is an important guy actually to take care of.
En fait, la prévention, c'est un continuum. Donc, une fois que les risques psychosociaux ne sont plus que des risques, mais qu'on constate déjà un impact sur la santé mentale des travailleurs, il est capital de disposer de moyens de détection, d'évaluation et de prise en charge de ces travailleurs, de façon à ce qu'ils puissent trouver le plus rapidement possible l'aide appropriée. On a vu dans les expériences belges qu'il était possible de mettre en place des projets pour repérer les personnes en difficulté dans le cadre de la prévention secondaire et du programme de FEDRIS et initier le plus rapidement possible un accès aux soins. Et dans le cadre des projets INAMI, du projet IPS, on a vu à quel point cela pouvait permettre à des personnes qui avaient été exclues du monde du travail de revenir, de réintégrer, d'être réinclus dans le marché du travail et donc de retrouver une place au niveau de la société en tant que travailleurs actifs.
La santé d'un patron de PME est un élément déterminant parce que, je le dis souvent dans mes travaux de recherche, la santé de l'entrepreneur, c'est le premier capital immatériel de l'entreprise. Alors, nous avons montré 2 résultats en matière de santé mentale. Le premier, c'est que entreprendre, c'est bon pour la santé, mais entreprendre, c'est épuisant. Donc, toute la question que nous posons aujourd'hui, c'est quelles sont les stratégies de récupération optimales pour permettre à nos entrepreneurs d'entreprendre avec un moindre épuisement.
The Belgian presidency makes this high-level event on mental health and work one of the highlights of its presidency when it comes to mental health, and it helps putting it high on the agenda. And the Belgian presidency makes mental health being part of this conversation just in time for the European elections is something that EU citizens are very much hopeful on. These are all the legacy that we need to take further into not only the European elections in June, but also for the next 5 years and push the next round of politicians to keep mental health high in the agenda.